Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been a minute. Actually, my week has been a bit hectic, so I could not record the video at the beginning of the week, but it's still fine. I'm going to record a video as I'm doing right now about for short-term trades. Yeah, by short-term trades, I just mean trades where you can just uh, enter, maybe be in the trade for 5, 6, 7 hours. It depends, unlike from the previous videos where I was doing videos where you have to kind of swing trade, been like for days, 4, 5. So just depends with the volatility of the markets. But nonetheless, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this page if you like the content, guys. Um, Look at this chart, right? You look at I'm on Euro Aldi on the 1 hour. If I am to ask you right now, what are you seeing? There is a higher chance you'll be like, no, price was in a downtrend, and then maybe you don't know what it's doing, right? That's it could be you, or it could be someone, or someone could be seeing something. I don't know what they could be seeing, but I'm almost sure that the average trader per se, for lack of a better phrase, please forgive me, they would be seeing nothing in a way. Like, okay, price was in a downtrend, or price made a very big impulse to the downside, and price is just playing out. I'm going to talk to you about a pattern that is used so widely by so many traders, by technical traders. It's called the head and shoulders pattern, which is this one. Left shoulder. Okay, so this is just an example of, right. Right. So this is the head and shoulder pattern, right? This is the left shoulder, as you can see from these two that I used to draw it. This is the head, and this is the right shoulder. A lot of traders, we actually like this pattern because it just shows that there is no momentum to go to the upside, right? Because price moved to the upside. Let me just do this. Log price moved to the upside like that, came down like that, went back up, came down again like this, went back up, but then it failed to take this high, and then price came down. So then under normal circumstances, when this neckline, when this neckline is broken, it shows us that there are enough sellers in the market. So when price moves below the neckline, most traders will just jump in and we trade it. And in terms of the profits or the take profit, normally okay, this is what I do. I just measure the length of the head, and then upon the break of the neckline, I'll take my profits somewhere, in this instance, around 16348, right? Generally, that is what, as traders, this is how we trade a head and shoulders pattern. But then I want to show you something, guys. I want to show you something. Yes, it's good to trade the head and shoulders pattern. It normally has very good risk to reward your ratio in terms of when you are focusing on the profits. But us as traders, most of the times we get it wrong. Why? Because we are looking for the perfect head and shoulders, right? We are looking for the perfect head and shoulders. In books, in trading books, and trust me, I've read a lot of books. The head and shoulder pattern is normally drawn like this, right? like the way I've just drawn it to you. But what happens in the real market, it's different. It doesn't come to us like this, because if it does, then it becomes obvious. Then anyone and everyone can make money from this pattern, if you get what I'm saying. And the markets, the head and shoulder pattern is just it's a different beast. It comes in different forms. Let me show you. If I were to tell you that on this setup I'm seeing a head and shoulders, but obviously it has to be validated. But my point is, you have to open your eyes and look for these kind of patterns, this kind of price action movement, for you to determine that, oh, actually this is a head and shoulder pattern. Look, okay, let me just make these. Let me draw it with this. Boom. So that's the left shoulder, and that's the head. Maybe you can just put it in here. Guys, do you see this? This is the head and shoulder pattern, but then obviously it hasn't been validated. I'll explain that in a minute. This is the left shoulder, this is the head, and this is the right shoulder. But then normally, because you are looking for something like this, because generally you're looking for something like this, then you won't. I'm sorry, let me just. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry about that. Just because you're looking for something like this, you're going to quickly disregard this setup. Why? Because price did this. It went up, came down, went up again, and came down. But then what I'm realizing, I don't know if you guys can see it, when price tried to go up again, it failed to take this high out. If it does, then the pattern is invalid. Or if it goes up again now and violates these highs, let me just, and it violates these highs, then yes, it's fine. The setup becomes invalid. But if, okay, so this is how I trade it. I always beat any pattern. It's I trade the break and retest of it. It has to be broken, a certain level has to be broken, and then price has to come and retest that zone. In this instance, if price does this, that's a break, right? Okay, not this deep, but I hope you understand. Let's say price breaks this neckline, right? The neckline that I want. This is tip number one to validate the head and shoulders pattern. And if price comes back again to retest the neckline and you get your price action confirmation, then you enter into this trade. But then what most traders also do is, when price breaks this neckline and it comes back, just because it has come back to the neckline, they've already put a sell limit, this and that, and normally they're taken out. The price can just decide to go up, and that's it, and you're left holding losses in your hand. So normally what I wait for price action confirmation at this zone, at the neckline. Okay, sorry, I thought at this neckline, at this zone, you have to wait for price action confirmation. Be it your bearish candlestick patterns, be it your pin bars, be it any, I don't know, there are so many patterns, be it your bearish variations that you can trade. But normally for me, what I prefer is, I want to see a momentum shift. What do I mean by that? Okay, let me show you. When price is going up like this, on the higher time frames, on the lower time frames, price is doing this, right? Okay, flip, sorry, It's a bit sticky. This is what price is doing, right? Let me delete this. Guys, remember to like, subscribe, share the page if you like the content. So price is doing this, it's going up, it's making high highs and high lows, right? Going up. That is on the retest. What I mean by a momentum shift is, if let's say you get a bullish engulfing right now, a bearish engulfing, I mean, in this let's say you get something like this. Let me change the color so that it is okay. With me, I use the white, but I'll just put red because normally people use that. I use the red as the color. Let's say you get a bearish engulfing. I would not sell just because I've gotten a bearish engulf. I have to wait for momentum shift. By momentum shift, I mean this trend line has to be broken first before you even consider taking your sales. Do you get what I mean? You have to wait for the momentum shift, because most of the times the market, it will print out the bearish engulfing because that is what you're looking for, and then you enter, and before you know it, your stop loss has been hit. Then you'll be like, okay, but this thing doesn't work because I saw a bearish engulfing. That's what the books say, and before you know it, you're frustrated, which is fine because I've been there also. I've been there. So what normally happens, so in this instance, you just, okay, put this on your watch list. If price does break the neckline and then it comes back to retest the neckline, you wait for the momentum shift and then you enter. I'm going to show you that another pattern that is really explaining, or that really shows you the momentum shift. I saw it on which page? It should be the Great British Pound APY. Excuse me. Look at this. Price has been, let me just, price has been going up, right? Price has been moving up, as you can see. Okay, this is not really a proper trend line, but it's a line that's just showing or indicating that we have bullish momentum in this market. As the price has been making high highs and high lows, even though they're not clear, but you get the point. But look now, for the first time in like a while, since the 24th of August, and this day was till yesterday, which was the second. Finally, price has broken this trend line, indicating that we've got sellers in the market. Then you can mark out your key levels. This is a key level for me. Or by key level, I just mean zones where you're expecting price to turn around from. I won't mark this one anymore, but obviously I would have marked it before. But then I won't mark it because now it's already broken. You see, it's already violated. So I'll remove it. I'm left with this one. So price did break this zone. Let me just put a okay, a red line. So price broke this. Okay, not this first one. I won't regard it as a break and retest because price went back up again. But then price broke, right? You see these white candles, 1, 2, 3, 4. Price broke to the downside, and then it came for the retest. But then look now, if under normal circumstances you would have put your, is it your sell limit here? There's a high chance you could have been taken out by these candles, unless you had put your stop loss very high. Then you'd still be in the trade. But then what I mean by a momentum shift, let me go down to the lower time frames. Let's go to the 15-minute. You see now there's more data. So yes, price did come It broke with these white candles, came to retest that zone where I've put the red line, and it has gone up a bit and probably taken out a lot of stop losses. So what I mean by momentum shift is this. Sorry, just let me go to the 5 minute. That's where you can see it clearly. As you can see, look, when price was retesting, this was the retest. Price was making higher highs, higher lows, was respecting them. Okay, I had to take the weak area. You see, this is how price was retesting, right? Right, that's what price was doing when it was coming back for the retest. What I mean by momentum shift is this. So this is your, let's just say this is your trend line on the 5 minute. I know it's a bit busy and now, but I'm going to delete this. No, I forgot I'd put this. Let me show you guys. I'm gonna delete this. Delete. Right. I'll delete this again. I'm just trying to make it. Okay, so this was what was happening. Price was going up, making high highs and high lows up until it reached this the retest zone. So under normal circumstances, if people just see a bearish engulfing, then they just take the trade and they are taken out. But what I mean by momentum shift is all along we had buyers. This was a buy market from here up until here. This was a buy market. Buyers were in control. So you can't, even if you see a bearish engulfing, don't take it. Look, how many bearish engulfings did we see? So many. You see, there are so many bearish engulfings. Here you could have taken the trade because you saw this pattern. Then you'd be like, no, buyers are in the sellers are in the market. And then you get stopped out. You see, you don't take or sells when you see a bearish engulfing, yet the market is still going up like this, or yet the market is still respecting this 5 minute trend line. But now you can tell that there is a momentum shift. Now there is a break of that momentum trend line. There is a break. You see this now. Price is broken. And this, obviously, winners, they don't take their trades on impulse. They wait for the retrace or for the pullback. So when the pullback is finished, then you take your sell. Now when you see your bearish engulfings, now they make much more sense because they're in line with the trend. I hope you understood that, guys. I just feel like it was a mouthful, but I hope you understood this concept. Let me just do a recap again. Price is going up, right? Doesn't really matter if it touches weeks or in this concept. Price was going up, broke the trend line, the momentum trend line, came back for the retest, and then on the lower time frames, just waiting for a momentum shift. And as you can see, there is a momentum shift because this inner trend line has been broken. Price pushed to the downside, and now price is doing a pullback, and we are just waiting for the markets to show us that the pullback has finished. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you like it, just subscribe and share this page. Let me go back to that Euro Audi trade. So considering what I've just said, you have to wait for a break of this trend line, of this neckline. This is the neckline, guys. Those who are new in trading, this is the neck. You have to wait for price to break this neckline. When it comes back for the retest, then you wait for that momentum shift to show that indeed sellers are at this zone or are at the neckline, waiting to push the price lower. But then you have to wait for the break, the retest, and the momentum shift. I hope this was very useful to you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the page. I hope you enjoy these trades if we get the confirmation. And I'm also hoping that you are having a peaceful week. I haven't been trading, so I can't really say the same for myself, but I'm hoping to capitalize on a few short-term trades today and most probably tomorrow. But then I don't really like trading when there is a lot of news. Friday, NFP, even though the markets don't really move as much during the NFP, but there's also CAD news, so you can trade that. But then generally, I don't. I used to like trading the news, but because of risk management and all that, I don't trade the news anymore. Yeah, it's a topic we can touch later on, but then obviously I won't derail from sharing setups, trading setups, and then maybe just explain a concept like what I did today. If just make sure you comment, you talk to me, guys. Then we see how we can go forward with this. But nonetheless, hope you guys have a lovely week. Goodbye and cheers.